Hello ladies, it's Keisha Strickland, the Diva Matchmaker and Dating Coach again, here with a sneak peek of my ebook, How Divas Date, which is on sale now at my website. This segment is called Divas Know How to Recognize Game. A diva knows when a man is playing her or not serious about her. She recognizes game when she sees it. If it looks like a rat and smells like a rat, she doesn't try to convince herself it is otherwise. She is realistic. She is not looking for a fairy tale or a fantasy. She is a realist. If a guy is only interested in seeing her after hours or at his place or at hers, she won't give him the time of day. If she doesn't know where he lives or has never seen his place, she knows something is wrong. If he cancels dates on short notice or doesn't show up at all for a date, she doesn't stick around. If he is playing any type of game or makes her feel the least bit uncomfortable, it is adios for him. Divas don't have time for games or for men who are just trifling. Things happen. It's all right for him to be late once or twice. But if these traits are bad habits, the diva moves on. How do you know when a guy is playing you? It's simple. It goes back to the first chapter of this book. If a guy is not calling you or asking you out, he's not really interested. If you hear from him once in a while, or if you are doing all the calling, it's foolishness. If he hasn't talked to you in a month, yet suddenly calls to ask if he can come over, that's foolishness. If he asks you for money, that is definitely foolishness. Unfortunately, it is usually an older woman that will tolerate foolishness from a younger guy. Ladies, please do not do this to yourselves. Divas are not desperate. They don't let men take advantage of them. They don't talk themselves into helping out men who only take and give them nothing in return. Divas do not accept this kind of relationship. They want a real man that can hold up his end of the relationship, and more importantly, a man who wants a relationship with her. Divas don't accept a sex-only relationship. Divas do not pay for the relationship, spending their own money on everything that the two of you do or the two of you eat. No way. Divas are not that desperate. They would rather be alone than be used by man. They would rather be strong and alone than chase after a man that is not pursuing them. What are some other ways that men play games? Using negs to play with your self-esteem. Now, what is a neg? Negs are negative comments that are masked as compliments. For example, one common neg is, hey, I like your whatever it is. Is it real? So basically, they're saying that with a smirk or a wink. And they're saying, I like that, like it's a compliment, but then they say, is it real? Like they're really putting you down. Because why would they say, is it real? And if it isn't real, then they're trying to expose you as a fake. Say you had a Coach purse, but it was a knockoff, and they're saying, hey, I like your purse. Is it real? Wink, wink. Somehow the pickup artist guy thinks that this is going to take you down a peg or two and open you up to dating him. There are pickup artists out there that teach men how to spot weaker women who will succumb to their schemes to get a woman into bed with them. They teach that this is the man's sole endeavor and that they should use or do anything to get their goal. So divas are aware of guys that seem disingenuous. They're not gullible. And while they're not skeptical of every guy that they meet, a diva will exercise caution and discernment. If you are going out on dates with a guy and he seems disinterested, seems to be taking digs at you, doesn't compliment you in a real way, he could be playing a game with your emotions. You have men that are reading these pickup artist books and going to seminars on how to play with women's minds and get them into bed. So if you are ever with a guy, or if you meet a guy and you suddenly feel really insecure about yourself for some reason, or if you feel disrespected in any way, run. You do not need that kind of negativity. You are beautiful and positive. You're a diva. Another game that men play is dragging out the relationship. Steve Harvey even mentioned in his book that he thinks there are so many women in their late 30s and 40s who are still single because they did not require the men that they dated to make a commitment. Sometimes they dated these men for years who never gave them a ring or set a date. It is foolishness if you have been with a man for several years and he has not proposed to you. It does not take a man long to know if he wants you to be his wife or not. If he is not asking, then the answer is no. Another male author said that a man will purposely lock down a woman with promises to keep her off the market even though he never intends to really marry her, ring or not. So this author was saying that sometimes a man will even give you a ring, but then he'll just keep postponing setting a date, year after year after year. A diva will recognize this as game. If it has been 3 years and he is still avoiding the where is this going or let's finally set a date conversation, the diva will step. Divas have too much going for themselves to waste time on game players or men who are just trifling. I hope this has been helpful. I'm Keisha Strickland, the Diva Matchmaker and Dating Coach. And this has been from my ebook, How Divas Date, which you can get at my website, www.keishastrickland.com. Again, KeishaStrickland.com. Thank you for listening and happy dating.